Good evening and thank you for joining us. The video of a Thunder Bay police officer striking a teenage girl has gone viral and made national news headlines since it was posted on Saturday night.
The shocking incident has many people voicing their opinions online, and everyone is waiting to see how Thunder Bay police respond. We'd like to offer a warning to our viewers as this story contains graphic content. Alana Pickerel has more.
That's enough! Do not spit on me! You do not spit on me!
There's no saying just how far the viral video has spread, but it's already been viewed more than 250,000 times on Facebook. The video of a 17-year-old youth from Nabinimik First Nation is seen being struck in the face by a city police officer and then farther restrained. Letitia Hardy posted the video, which was recorded by a third party who doesn't want to be identified. She says it's to raise awareness about what is going on in the community.
I want something to be done with our police. I want them to realize that it's not okay to hit our youth or anybody for that matter. I want people to understand that no matter what happened, no matter what she did or what she didn't do, it's not okay to assault someone because you got angry with what they've done.
Leaders with the Anishinaabe Aski Nation released a statement Sunday evening expressing their outrage with the entire situation. Deputy Grand Chief Derek Fox says it's his understanding that an internal police investigation has been launched after NAN's Grand Chief stepped in looking for answers.
I first of all think of it as a parent and just how would I react as if that was my child, and then second of all think of it as why did the police officer react the way that she did. And initially it was very disturbing just to see one of your own young people get struck in the face while they're strapped to a gurney.
The incident has been making its rounds online, which Hardy says is exactly why she posted it in the first place. Many have condemned the police officer's actions, while others have defended the cop's reaction to being spit on. Hardy says she's happy with the attention it's getting right now, but she worries it won't be enough moving forward.
Will it make a change? I hope so, but not likely. I believe that it's definitely going to keep happening. I believe it's going to be a topic of conversation for a while, but in the long run, I definitely don't think anything's going to change unless the majority want it to change, and I don't see that happening anytime soon with all the comments that have been made about the video.
Police Chief Sylvie Hoth has ordered an immediate investigation into this incident, and she says she shares the community's concern regarding the video showing the interaction between the officer and the youth. The officer involved in this incident has been served with a notice of investigation in accordance with the Police Services Act. The officer is currently off duty. Police say they will provide updates as the investigation progresses. Police also say they are aware of threats through social media against their officers. Those threats are also being investigated with the assistance of social media providers. Alana Pickerel, TBT News.
We are less than 30 minutes away from officially welcoming in Thunder Bay's 50th City Council at its inaugural meeting. New Mayor Bill Morrow has been through these types of ceremonies before when he was elected as Northwood Ward Councillor back in 1997 and as a first-time provincial MPP in 2003. But Morrow admits he feels differently today than he did on those occasions, and he's already noticed a closer connection with city residents.
Certainly for 15 years as a provincial MPP and cabinet ministers, you were really dealing with some very significant files, and you really felt that had connected you to people, but somehow it seemed maybe somewhat more distant to people as an MPP. Queen's Park isn't in Thunder Bay, City Hall is. I'm not sure how to explain it, but so it's a little bit different in that regard. I think that I'm feeling that people relate to the mayor and councillor certainly more than it felt like they related to me as an MPP and a cabinet minister.
Morrow says in his inaugural speech this evening he will emphasize to his fellow councillors the importance of remaining focused and acknowledging that citizens are affected by every decision council makes.
Canada's first cable-stayed bridge was fully open to the public last weekend. But now officials with the two communities separated by the bridge are expressing concerns over whether or not a promised alternate route over the Nipigon River will ever come to reality. Adam Riley reports.
We did declare a state of emergency when the bridge failed.
43 days after opening to the public, the first completed section of the Nipigon River Bridge suffered a catastrophic failure, causing the western side of the bridge to lurch up a foot after bolts holding the cables in place broke. For 17 hours, Canada was split in half, and it made headlines from coast to coast. Red Rock Indian Band Chief Matt Dupuis remembers that cold day in January of 2016.
There were so many stranded motorists in this area. I mean, everyone that was traveling on Highway 17 west or Highway 11 south, there was nowhere to go. So we opened up all of our doors and that to be able to house people.
The resulting investigation revealed, in addition to the cause of the failure, an alternative route should be explored in case of another incident. As work continued on the bridge, consultants with WSP met with area stakeholders to discuss said route. But with last week's completion of the bridge, Nipigon Mayor Richard Harvey is now questioning the route's future.
How serious the MTO is, how serious the consultants are on this issue, that's a thing that I know as we in both our communities discuss, we really aren't sure. Certainly we would like to see, for the socioeconomic benefit of this area, we'd like to see move ahead with serious discussion, serious analysis of the importance of that.
Dupuis is a little more forward with his discontent regarding the future of the alternative route. He says should the highway or the bridge be compromised again, his community and many others will be cut off.
Our needs aren't being assessed. They're basically being lumped in as a transportation issue instead of a socioeconomic issue. So it's very frustrating. I'm hoping that the ministry can figure this out and get it right, because right now the direction it's heading is not somewhere that's very favorable for this region.
In an email from the MTO, officials say public input is an integral component of the study, and the ministry will continue to consult nearby towns and First Nations regarding the development and consideration of alternatives, along with the selection of a preferred plan. The MTO adds that the study is still in its early stages and a timeline for construction has not been determined. Adam Riley, TBT News.
Meantime, it appears residents in Dorian will continue taking detours around the Wilmette Canyon Bridge after that project wasn't completed on time this year. Instead, it won't be done until the summer of 2019. The bridge was closed for a $1.5 million reconstruction earlier this year after engineering reports showed pilings on the structure had rotated, potentially compromising the span. A weight restriction had been placed upon it, forcing the municipality's fire truck and snowplow to find alternate routes. Dorian Reeve Ed Chambers says the construction delay is due to poor weather and high water levels. And while he's disappointed the bridge wasn't completed before winter, he's still hopeful for a quick completion next year.
We anticipate that the construction should be completed by early summer, probably middle of July or so. And in order to expedite that construction, the contractor, as we speak, they're starting to take fill into the site. So next spring we'll have probably 30 or 35 loads of gravel in there that they can use.
Chambers says there could be some additional costs due to the delay, but the municipality does have reserve funds, and he does not anticipate any major cost increases to the project.
A young dog sled racer from Thunder Bay recently visited C.D. Howe School to share her experiences with mushing. She spoke to students about her adventures with her furry friends. 16-year-old Hammersholt student Julia Cross was only 5 years old when she first tried dog sledding. And since then, she's grown to love and excel at the sport. With the help of her training dogs, Kate and Koa, Cross shared her mushing stories with the students through an interactive presentation. She spoke about teamwork and sportsmanship through her dog sledding experience. Cross says she wants to teach students that winning doesn't always mean coming first.
Don't let barriers people put on you or your sport affect you. I was told a lot that some of my dogs couldn't be a good sled dog, or I couldn't do certain things. And I didn't let that stop me, and I want other kids to know that they shouldn't let other people stop them, and they should just pursue their dreams.
Cross was the 2016 Junior Bear Grease Dog Sled Race champion and says she hopes to be the first Canadian to win the 1,000-mile Iditarod sled dog race in Alaska.
Well, Christmas, of course, is still a few weeks away, but for many shoppers, they're looking to get their holiday shopping done in advance. Vendors at the 18th Annual Holiday Arts and Crafts Show at Victoriaville Centre are promoting the importance of shopping locally this season. Carmen Wong has more.
From one-of-a-kind jewelry to Christmas knickknacks and everything in between, The Holiday Arts, Crafts, and Vendors Show promotes small businesses in and throughout the region. The festively decorated mall is hosting more than 60 painters, crafters, and artists selling their homemade items. The mall's manager, Brian Phillips, says the art show keeps getting bigger and bigger year after year.
It draws in the community, it brings everybody together, gives them a one-stop shop for that early Christmas present, in case you haven't done that yet. Or, look for something for yourself. That's always good as well.
Phillips says he expects to see 10,000 attendees swing by to check out the local artwork. One of the vendors at the show, Onyx Brie, is run by Confederation College student Brianna Fiddler. This past summer, she received a business grant from the Thunder Bay Entrepreneur Center, and now she's bringing her mixed media art to the show in hopes of gaining more exposure for her work.
I just started doing this summer, and this is actually one of the first places that gave a great opportunity for starters, people starting their businesses.
Fiddler adds that taking a part of a vendor show that supports local businesses like this is inspiring. Manager at the local farmers market, Esther Pasolainen, knows the importance of shopping locally. She says many people don't understand the importance of buying from the region unless they're in the business themselves. She says this is a great time of year to start buying local instead of running to the big box stores.
We want to see this kind of excitement and coming down to buy local every month, every day, not just Christmas, but all throughout the year.
The holiday spirit is in the air at the Victoriaville Center. Shoppers are supporting local businesses across the region just in time for the holiday season. The art show will run until December 8th. Carmen Wong, TBT News.
A festive train spreading holiday joy rolled into the city last night. The 20th annual Canadian Pacific Holiday Train drew in a huge crowd, despite chilly temperatures and late arrival time. Thunder Bay was the last stop of the day, arriving slightly behind schedule just before 9 o'clock. Country singers Terry Clark, Sierra Noble, and Carrie Prescott took to the stage as hundreds of local residents gathered by the Christmas lights and cheered them on. Holiday Train spokesperson Mallory McCready says it's amazing to see the huge crowd that the train brings in, and she's happy that CP can help give back during the holiday season.
I think that it's really important that we just help out the communities in which we operate. So CP has, obviously we stop in communities all across North America, so we think it's really important to give back. We have a lot of employees that come from all over Canada and the US, so partnering with the food banks is really great because everything that we raise within the community actually stays in the community. So anybody who brings a donation to Thunder Bay tonight, their donation will be distributed here.
Last year, we received almost 2 tons, a little under 2 tons. So, and that's usually what we get pretty much every year, along with a couple $1,000s just of donations from the people here. And then the rail service provides $13,000 as well. So.
Carlin adds this event makes a huge difference for the RFDA, especially at this time of year when everyone is asking for donations around the holidays. The holiday train left the station early this morning, headed for Ignace, Dryden, and Kenora.
Yeah, Fiona, I'm pretty sure I saw the sun today.